The early applications of database management systems emerged in late 1950s and early 1960s. Applications like banking systems, airline reservations, corporate employment records, and supplies and parts. We still use relational databases for these applications. These applications worked with small items of data. They needed frequent updates to add, delete, update, and find a specific item of data. This brought up the need for systems that can define the structure of data as well as support storage, maintaining, and finding data. CODASL, the Committee on Data Systems Languages, was formed in 1959 to guide the development of a standard programming language that could be used on many computers. This effort led to the development of a language called COBOL and other technical standards. COBOL, short for Common Business-Oriented Language, was developed to address business data processing needs. In 1960s, IDS, which stands for Integrated Data Store, was built by Charlie Bachman at General Electric. It is considered the basis for what is called Network Data Model. In late 1960s, IBM built IMS, Information Management System, which was a database management system. IMS was built to keep track of the supplies and parts inventory for the Saturn and Apollo space exploration projects. IMS formed the basis for what is called hierarchical data model. Prior to 1970s, data models were navigational, such as network or hierarchical data model. This means to find the records or objects, references from other objects were followed. In 1970, Edgar Codd at IBM San Jose Research Lab proposed a new data representation called relational data model. Later, in 1981, he won the Turing Award for this work. At a very high level, relational data model simplified representation of data with introducing a view of data in tables. These tables were called relations. Relational data model decoupled high-level structure and view of data from low-level working details of the system, such as information storage and retrieval. Early implementations of relational database management systems include System R from IBM, Ingress from UC Berkeley, and Oracle. Jim Gray from IBM won the Turing Award in 1999 for contributions to relational databases, including ACID properties. Michael Stonebraker from UC Berkeley won Turing Award in 2015 for his work on relational databases in Ingress. Larry Ellison founded Oracle. In the 1980s, relational database systems continued to gain widespread use. SQL, the standard query language we use for relational databases today, developed as a part of IBM System R project and was standardized in late 1980s. The current standard was adopted by American National Standards Institute, an international organization for standardization, in 1999. IBM never made Project R public, but included some parts of its code base in the IBM DB2. Microsoft SQL Server and Oracle are also known commercial names for relational database systems. Open source database management systems such as MySQL and PostgreSQL also have their roots in late 1900s. Traditional relational database management systems at the time were focused on consistency and correctness. As we will discuss later in this course, later in the 2000s, the focus was changed towards better performance and how it might trade off with consistency. Relational database management systems are still among the most widely used data-intensive systems.